Hey there guys, welcome back to another episode of EVE Online with myself, Knux Veeone. This episode we are finally going to go by the big ship I've been talking about for the past few episodes. We're going to go get a Vexor. But I probably should let you know what we're doing now. We're out here in Knux, which is a system I've moved to recently. We've packed up all our stuff and we've moved it to a different system because I think it's just better if I show you on the map where we are. We are here in Knux, which is a 0.9 sector space, which means it's pretty safe. I'm very, 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 very unlikely to get ganked here. We were here, Klelenion. So we've moved to Knux. It's slightly safer, I think. Yeah, Klelenion is 0.8, Knux is 0.9. There's 7 asteroid belts. Only one home station, so it's a pretty nice little end of the road system to just earn money in, basically. And it's really, really underpopulated. There's only 3 people in this system at the moment, as opposed to Clio, which has got 40 people in it. So it's safer as well. But let's close the map. I've got my drones working away over there. We're going to pull them back in. Return to drone bay. And we're going to let the miners finish up over there, mining out the condensed scordite. Now, you'll notice that I am running in the Venture, the ship that I got given as part of a mission. So this is the Venture. And if we look at show info, you can see all this wonderful information. The stuff we are mostly concerned with when picking out a mining ship is this stuff down here, the ore hold capacity, 5,000 meters cubed. Now you notice it hasn't got a very big capacity, normally 50 meters cubed, but the ore hold capacity, 5,000, allows it for much, much more than pretty much all the other regular ships, until you get sort of further on and you're picking up coveters and retrievers and things like that, procurers. But what we've currently got on here at the moment is 2 miner 2s. We've just wiped out another asteroid. Have we filled up our hold? Yeah, that's pretty full. We've got an afterburner to get around the belt a bit quicker. We've got a cap recharger to keep the lasers, the mining lasers, running at full whack without depleting so much of the ship's capacitor that there's no power, basically. We've got a survey scanner, which basically just allows me to, if I close this window on the left here and minimise this one, or just put it down here for a second. If we click on this survey scanner 2 here, and it does a cycle, it will show us up here on the left all of the sort of ores and stuff that are in the nearby area. So if we wanted to go get this condensed scordite, if I wasn't already logged onto it, if we wanted to get that condensed scordite over there, we can just right click it in this menu and click, well, if we was in range of it, we'll click this one to show my point. You can lock target from this menu, but it also tells you how much of an ore is left in the asteroid, basically, how much quantity there is, and how far away it is. So you can work out which is the best one for optimal range for your drones, because obviously they've got to consider return journeys and things like that after they've mined the ores. So it's always handy to have this up, less so than in your overview. It's nice to just have some asteroids in your overview, just to sort of remind you what's in here or show you what's in the belt, but as soon as you know what's in the belt, you can just go in with that that scanner and work shit out. And then we've also got a mining laser upgrade. I think this just gives a 5 or 10% yield. Hang on, let me just check. Mining amount bonus is 5%, so when we get a mining laser upgrade 2, that'll do better. I think that is a 10. But this just basically gives us extra when we're mining out with the lasers. So my drones are in the bay. The asteroid belts are starting to look a bit depleted. What I've done is I've actually checkpointed some of these scordite, so we can now just warp to this location if we need to. The way to bookmark things, you right click on the item and then you click save location, and now with this you can put it into your menu, and then once you've saved it, once you click save, you'll then be able to right click and you'll be able to find the thing that you were just talking about, the thing that you were just saving in your right click menu. So let's go back to the mining outpost.
Warp drive.
We've got some condensed scordite and massive scordite. I think massive scordite's the better one. I think that's like the 10% yield, and the condensed scordite is like 5%, and then you've got normal scordite, which is 0% bonus. But it's all good. It is all good. And I've been live streaming this for the past couple of days. I've done all the agent missions, or as best as I can. There was one that was like exploration, which is like, oh, use these scanner beacons, and I'm really not into that at the moment. And then there was another one.
Docking permission requested.
But by the time I'd finished most of those missions,
Docking request accepted.
I was live streaming Eve for a little while, and DR come and gave me some tips. He was like, hey, you want to try and do this for your mining vessels and bits and pieces and things like that. So he helped me. He fitted out the Venture pretty much to give it all the mining yield and make it a lot better than it actually was. So we're going to move all this stuff over to the item hangar. And then we're going to, massive score, we're going to sell this item. Now bear in mind that we've only got 19.12k of this stuff. So sell this item, 498,000. That's half a mil basically. So sell that. And then do the same with the condensed score, sell condensed score. Now because there was less of that, because there's more of it but it's less valuable, we only get 331,000. But if we look in my wallet, yeah, 11 mil, but that's not important. We click load. If we go down to here, this one last night, this gentleman bought so much scoredite off me, it ended up being like almost 2 million. And there's another one down here that's almost 5 million. So we're rolling in it now. We've got enough money to go and learn skills and do all sorts of crazy stuff. So let me just stack all this. Excellent. Now there's nothing in the Venture. I'd also like to point out the ships that I got from doing the tutorial missions. So here we go. I got the Venture, the Iteron, the Catalyst, the Atron, the Incursus. The Sarum was a pre-order thing. I got the Tristan. Now these are the other ships that I've bought. That's the one that came free. We've got the Badger Mark II, which I bought to replace the this one, this Nereus. I'm gonna keep calling this the Iteron because sadly that's what I remember it as. And I also went out and bought an Algos as well. Now this thing's a bit of a drone boat. If we show info, description, Galente Destroyer. It's 10 plus bonus to 10% bonus to drone damage and hit points per level, and 10% bonus to small hybrid tracking, and then 25 bonus to drone micro warp drive speed. That's the roll bonus. So it's got a drone capacity of 60. It's got a drone bandwidth of 35 megabits per second. So you can use this for some pretty cool stuff. I can't really remember why I bought it. I bought it because it was awesome, I guess. So we'll be able to use that for other things. And then we've got my Magnate, which is just a free ship, basically. This Badger Mark II, if we look at the Iteron, as I'm going to keep calling it, the Iteron, if we look at this bad boy, look at attributes, capacity 2,700 meters cubed. Now that actually goes up if I get in it, so make active. And I think if we... let's show info. Yeah, so if you look here, the capacity is now 6,349. It's impressive, but it's not great. It's not helping us out any. So instead, what we did is we went and got the Badger Mark II. Now, if I make this active, and then click on show info for this, you'll notice that it's got a capacity of 17,260. Now, the way we've done that is the base Badger Mark III holding space, I think, is 5,000 meters cubed. I could be wrong, but I've got a feeling I'm right. And then if you look at what we've fitted, so if we go to fitting, we have added 4 of these Type D altered SS expanded cargo holds. So basically, if we show info, this gives a cargo capacity bonus of 22.5. And it's not like this one does 22.5 of the total of the cargo bay that's the ship's cargo bay that's original, and this one does 22.5. This does 22.5 of the original ship's cargo bay. And then this does 22.5 of the expanded cargo bay. And then this third one does the 22.5% of all the cargo bays. And then this fourth one does... do you know what I mean? So every time you do it, it's not just 22.5. It's the expanded cargo hold that you've made before it with these. If that makes sense. It's really hard to explain that. But... so we've managed to boost that up to 17,260, which I can tell you was an absolute legendary help when I was trying to transport all these ships over. I think we managed to do it in 2 trips, one with the Iteron and one with the Badger. So Top marks to these guys. There's the Tristan there, still rocking about. But what we're going to do today, as promised, we are going to open up the market and we're going to search for Vexor. It's already there. And we're going to go for the cheapest one. Because the nice thing about EVE is cheap doesn't mean lack of quality. Cheap just means you're not getting ripped off for it. So there are 2 available, 2 jumps away. What we're going to do is we're going to buy this. This is this is 2% below the original average. It doesn't really matter. We've got 10 million. We're going to buy it. Excellent. Now what we want to do is we want to leave the Badger. We want to leave this here. So what we're going to do is we are going to leave ship. And we are going to undock, and while we are undocking, we'll see that my balance has gone down to 678,000. Sadness. We open the asset screen and click on Vey 1 core completion. I'm pretty sure I know how to get to Vey from bloody Clasile. What we're going to do is we are going to Stargate to a letter.
Warp drive active.
In our pod. This is our pod. Our capsule. That's where my pilot lives. So let's go and get us a cruiser. Cruiser. We're heading to Vey. Quite an easy system to get to in this area. Here we go. Now DR kept asking me what I was going to be using the Vexor for, and I couldn't really give him a straight answer. I just know that I love Vexors. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to turn it into a mission drone boat, if that makes sense. We're going to fit it out with the best drones that we can. We're going to go do the Sisters of... there's a group called Sisters of EVE, and basically they're sort of like the epic storyline deal that's going on in this universe. So we're going to start going and running missions for those guys, and hopefully we'll get tons of rewards. But to do that we'll be in a Vexor, so it's just something to consider. But sadly I think that also means I've got to go back and I've got to do all the tutorial with Aura, like everything, you can't skip it, just to get into the sort of arc for that area. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens when we come to that bridge.
Warp drive active.
Oh my god, I'm picking up my Vexor! I'm so excited, man. It's so good. It is a drone boat, basically. It's got quite good drone skills. If we look down here in the Aries, let's look at the mining barges last night. Glenn, we should be at the front of this list, man. Not a Mar or a Caldari, but I suppose it is doing it in alphabetical order. Right, this guy, cruiser. Drone capacity 125 meters cubed, drone bandwidth 75. You look at all these other cruisers, 50-50, 50-50, and I'm guessing 50-50, yeah. So then this one is obviously the best for what we want. We're drones, you know, we are fully skilled in drones. If we look at my skills, I'm about to crash the game. If we look at my skills and open up the drone list, you'll notice that I've got an absolute ton, and most of them are sitting on level 3, level 4, or maybe even some of them are even level 5. There's one level 2 there, but I don't think we're going to get into heavy drone operation for a little while yet. We've got medium drones and they're pretty good. So drones are my thing. I haven't put any skills into like missile hybrids or anything like that, turrets, lasers, all that shit. I'm just leaving that up to other people. They can do that. I'm happy with my drones. So let's close the Aries. Oh wow, this station is significantly different to the other one that we were just in. Oh my god, we're actually going to have a little look around here, because this is awesome. God, I know not every... Oh, hang on, before we go anywhere, can you see it? Yeah, check this out. I can show you guys my pod now as well, look. That is a Capsulier's pod. That's what he flies around in the universe in when he gets killed and his ship gets taken away. He has to fly around in that until he gets to a space station. He can buy a new ship. Core Completion Inc. Eh? I love how all these stations and shit are different. That's awesome. Still the same layout in here though. Just a different colour scheme. Oh, is it because it's a Minmatar It might be a Minmatar station, actually. Well, that explains why. Oh, well. Needs more fish tank, I feel. This room needs a fish tank. Fish in space. I don't quite know how that would work, but whatever. What we're going to do is we are going to open up the inventory. We're going to go to the ship hangar. We're going to assemble the Vexor. And then we're going to make it active. And I'm going to enter... Oh my god, look at the size of this thing. Destiny, move forward. That is excellent. Oh, Jesus wept. Now we're talking proper ship sizes, aren't we? No more Magnate, no more Merlin. Proper ship sizes. This is a cruiser. Let's go, there we go. Let's get in our ship. If we zoom out far enough, it's still pretty tiny, but that's so impressive. Right, excellent. Now what we want to do is we want to fly back. There we go. 37 items, 2 jumps. We'll set the destination, just because it's easier. Set destination.
I cannot set a waypoint.
Remove waypoint. Set destination. You fass. Pardon me. Right, undock. All my drones and shit are in Clasil, so I need to be careful. God, zoom out. Right, there's a destroyer there. I can't... It's a catalyst, yeah. That's one of those ships that's got like 8 slots on it for turrets and things. It's actually a pretty cool ship. I used to use one for jet cam mining. So, Stargates, we want to go back to a letter, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, a letter. Jump.
Warp drive active.
And while we're going, we'll look at this capacitor. The capacitor's got 1,667 use left in it. And if we look at the armor rating, show info. Structure hit points 2,300. Armor hit points 2,300. Shield capacity 1,155. I think we're just going to do armor tanking. We're not going to do structure tanking. We're going to do armor tanking. Max velocity is only 235. We might have to put some beefy afterburners on it. It's that sort of thing. We've got 4 turret hard points, which is nice. And the next thing we're going to work ourselves towards is either the Vexor Navy issue or a bigger, much bigger mining barge to go and get more resources to be able to afford more ships and things like that. The R doesn't seem too keen on the idea of me doing blueprints and things like that, so I might leave that off until I've got a much higher skill level. Which is fair enough. I mean, I don't want to keep just mining out resources and then ended up wasting half of the asteroid reprocessing just so I can build a shitty ship, do you know what I mean? So, just got to bear that in mind. I'm not too sure what modules I'm going to fit on this ship, but I'm going to definitely fit the armor tanking bonus. Because with the way it works out, if you look here, structure hit points 2,300. That's cool, but you don't really want to tank on your structure, if you know what I mean. You don't want to let them get through the shield and the armor to get to your structure. So structure tanking is not a good idea. The best thing to do is compare. Hang on, let me just jump to the next one. A letter. No, we're in Clasil. Go to the station. There you go. Right, so basically, if you look at these 3 numbers, you've got structure hit points, armor hit points, and shield capacity. Ignore structure hit points for now, and just compare your armor hit points to your shield capacity. Whichever number's bigger is the one you really want to keep advancing, because when you do armor upgrades, they do it in percentages. So say you put an armor upgrade on, it would give this a boost of 20%. So that's 20% of 2,300 that it's boosting it by. Whereas if you did it on the shield, it would only be boosting it by 20% of 1,155. So that's a significantly less number, basically. The reason you don't want to do it to your structure is because once the structure is destroyed completely, that's it, game over. You don't even want to let them get that far. So if you tank your armor, they don't get through to structure, and armor's easy to repair. The reason some people put more of their tanking into shield is because they're tight, basically. They want to save money because the shield will recharge, whereas the armor hit points you need to go and repair yourself at station. but the shield capacity will eventually just rebuke itself, like it will make itself strong again, which is nice. So the best thing to do is in this ship would be to tank the armor hit points, leave structure well alone, and leave shield well alone. We know that they're going to get through the shield. There's not a lot we can do about that. 1,155 HP isn't a lot. It's just one of those things. So I'm going to put some armor on this ship. I'm probably not going to do that this episode though. What I'm going to do this episode was basically just collect the Vexor. I might I might reboot the Venture quickly, make active. Oh my god, the size comparison. And then with everything we've got on here, let's just check fitting quickly. Fitting. Got our mining lasers, excellent, excellent. There's nothing in the cargo hold. Nothing in the ore hold. 2 drones in the drone bay. Now these are mining drones Mark II. These are pretty cool as well, and you can upgrade them by... When you upgrade these guys, it's not like... it's hard. It's kind of hard to explain. If you want more yield from your mining drones, go into the market, and then just type in mining drone, I think. Oh no, it's... Oh, we could do this. It's fine. If we do ship modifications, small drone rigs, and then go down to small drone mining augmenter. You can buy these, and I don't like. It says the mining amount bonus is 10%, so I'll give you an extra bonus. But we think that if you put 3 of these small drone mining augmenters on top of each other, there would be a disadvantage to the bonus. Like instead of getting 30% like you'd think you would, you'd only get like 22.5% because they stack or something like that. So, we haven't put these on. And the other thing about rigs is, the other thing about these sorts of rigs is once you put them on a ship, you can't take them off. It's like just straight welding to your ship. So, that's another thing to bear in mind. And obviously, if there's a Tech 2 version of the one you want to put on your ship, it's probably best to wait until you can afford the Tech 2 version. But then again, like I said in my first episode of this, is it better to train skills up for one ship in particular, or is it better to sort of hang on, let me word this a bit differently. Is it better to train up a wide variety of skills and be able to fly loads of different ships, or is it better to just focus on one type of ship and really make it the best it can be? Or do you want to level up? So the thing is, if I start fitting out the Venture with all these really cool rigs and that, but then a week down the line I'm switching up to like a Coveter, which is a massive mining ship, or a Retriever or something like that, then me spending the 1.2 mil on those rigs, waste of money. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm not going to get the mining drone augmenters until I know exactly what I'm doing. However, I will say that this ore ship, the Venture, if you can get one, do it. Because while the normal cargo bay size is tiny, if you look at the ore hold, you get 5,000 meters cubed. So that's an awful lot for a ship this size, like especially at this early stage in the game. That's just so much. And in fact, this ship's probably going to last me for a couple more weeks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to undock, I'm going to go find my asteroid belt, I'm going to set up, and then I'm going to bid you adieu, my good friends. So here we go. And the next episode we'll come back to a fully fitted out Vexor. And then we'll probably go on our hunt for the Sisters of Eve.
Warp drive active.
If we look at some of the Sisters of Eve ship in the Ares quickly. I don't know if they're giving these ships away, but if they are, I want. So here's the frigate. It's like a cross between a Mar and Galent technology, which is a bit odd, but I'm pretty sure it's been done before. Requirements: a Mar frigate, Galent frigate. Fit in, it's got 2 high slots, there's 2 turret hard points. That's not great, but it's a frigate, you know. But if you look here at the drone bandwidth, 25 megabits per second, and drone capacity 75, it's a cool little ship, you know, like structure hit point 600, armor hit point 600, like it'll be a cool little scout ship, whatever. But then if you click on the cruiser just blows the other one out of the water. Drone capacity 400, drone bandwidth 100, structure hit points 24, armor hit points 24, and then shield capacity 19. So, do you know what I mean? I think we might want to start looking for these, but I don't know if they award you them as missions, because you can buy them on the market. 495 million. So, just something to bear in mind. But I think we might be able to go get these guys from missions, so just something to bear in mind, I guess. Right, we're back in the asteroid belt. I'm going to activate my scanner. This place is looking pretty barren. Oh, there we go. Right, scanner's activated. It's picked up on some condensed scordite and some scordite in the local area. Now, the best thing to do is take into account how far away it is. So, if we've got some scordite that's 2,280 away, we want to lock this and do it for our drones. So, release the drones. Launch the drones! And then once this menu sorts itself out, you want to mine repeatedly with the drones on that one. Now this condensed scordite is too far out of range of my my miner too, so I'm just going to grab the scordite, but that's bookmarked, and if anybody comes and takes it, it's only like, you know what I mean? It's just condensed scordite. I'd much rather get a cargo bay full of one ore as opposed to loads of different ores that I have to faff about trying to sell and work out how much I'm making off of each. Like, it's easier to sell one load of scordite for 1.1 million than it is to sell 3 different types of massive, dense and whatever your scordite, and trying to work out if you've made a profit or if you've lost money in fact doing it that way. And I tend to just mine out one ore. So with this scordite, what we're going to do is we're going to lock this target as well. We want to get as many, you want to lock as many targets as possible. Or get your, if you've got like 2 drones and 2 mining lasers, get 1 laser on each asteroid, and then you send your scouts to do another one, sort of thing. So if you run out of one asteroid, if you deplete an asteroid and you're off doing something else, the other miners are still going, the other drones are still going, and you've only sort of lost the use of one mining laser. And you can always just come back to your computer and be like, right, well, that one's depleted, let's move on to another one, and just click it over. Pretty easy. So there we go. So it's already 666 lumps of scordite. I'm going to close this window quickly. So yeah, we bought the Vexor. We've done a lot of mining today. We've done some bits and pieces. I feel like we're advancing. Slowly but surely we are advancing. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope this episode's helped explain a few things. And yeah, take it easy. All the best. Thank you very much for watching. And I will catch you on the next episode. All the best. Bye-bye.